What's up, Ravens? I'm Jacob Am.
Now.
We have a lot in store for you, from getting ready for the school year to goat yoga.
And for the first time this year, let's roll that intro.
I hope your summer has been great so far. I know mine has.
This summer slipped away from me. Work took over my summer vacation.
Me too. Megan King spoke with the fellow ONW students who had summer jobs.
For some students, summer was a way to relax, and for others, it was filled with making new routines and work.
I've been working at Mill Creek Pool for 2 years now.
I work at Ace Hardware, and I've been here about 2 or 3 months.
I work at Main Event, and I want to say I've been here for 8 months. I mainly chose Main Event because it seemed like a really fun place to work, and just walking in, the environment seemed really friendly, and the managers are really friendly.
Hard work has been in full effect as the students have completed their jobs each shift.
Normally, I'll stand at the cashier's place and I'll check people out and help people out if they need help with prices. I'll answer the phones, and I'll restock merchandise if people return it.
I clock in, I do my morning jobs, which is like cleaning the pool around. We are on stand for an hour up and then down for 20 or 40.
Although work is important and fulfilling, students have also tried to clear times to have social lives.
The way I balance like my work and social life is like I try like requesting like days off.
The main thing is just like taking my schedule that my work gives me and then putting it into like a Google Calendar.
It actually has prepared me for the school year because I've had to be waking up really early, and because I had to be like organized.
Just helping me like learn how to communicate with people better and just talk to strangers.
Working over the summer has made me feel like really productive.
I definitely feel really happy because now I have money, and also because it's fulfilling to work at a job and help others out.
We are so proud of all the Ravens working hard this summer. For ONW Now, this has been Megan King. Now back to the desk.
That reminds me I need to change my hours at work.
Some staff have already returned to work early, such as our ONW office staff.
Let's pass it over to Riley Murray to give us an update on the office this year.
What's up, Ravens? Yet again, another school year coming around, and that means new things in our school. Let's go check out what's new in the office.
It just makes the office look so much bigger. Like if you look down our hallway, it just looks like we've doubled the size. And the principals have all the same carpet now as we do, so it just makes the whole office look bigger.
A lot of the faculty love the new carpet just because it makes it look a little bit more modern and makes the office look 10 times better.
I like the new carpet. For one thing, the old carpet was 20 years old, so you could definitely see the wear and tear of the 20 years.
Along with the flooring, there have been some other renovations in the school, including the new flooring in the East Gym and some classrooms being repainted and having their walls fixed up.
We would love to see, continue to get updates, but yeah, it definitely gives it a more modern look. And I think you'll see, the entire area where Miss Debbie is and counseling and everything, it just looks fresh.
Well, Ravens, this has been yet again another story for the Raven Network. I'm Riley Murray. See you later.
What a change. I'm so happy that our ONW staff can feel more comfortable in the new office.
Hey, did you hear that the alumni have come back to give one final goodbye before going off to college?
Yes, I'm so excited to hear that our former ONW students have come back to give some advice to our current and incoming students. Kenley Carter has more on the story.
Ecom alumni are walking back into these halls the past couple days to share life lessons with the new seniors and juniors of Ecom.
One of the most important lessons I learned during Ecom in high school was you're not always going to work with people that you necessarily like, and you're going to always have different opinions from your peers. And so the most important thing I learned is just being able to collab and work with people and get along with them, even though you might not have the same perspective on how things should be done.
Some things that I've learned from Ecom, especially Mr. Jeffrey Cooper himself, is you never ask for permission, but you got to ask for forgiveness.
Ecom has taught me to never take anything for granted, whether it means being in the classroom or having opportunities outside of the classroom.
After sharing what their ecom experience was like, they're ready to pass on their knowledge to the next generation.
So my piece of advice I would give to any juniors coming in, or honestly like anyone just coming into high school in general, not just ecom, is to enjoy it. Like I said, take advantage of every opportunity, but also just live in the moment and enjoy it, because it goes by so much faster than you would really think it does.
Burn a trail that's not already there. Make your own path, because sooner or later someone else will come through that path as well. Because if anyone can walk down, a path that's already like open, laid out for you, but I don't know, makes things interesting, makes things, things worthwhile, I feel like.
We have a lot in store for ecom this year, so we're very thankful for our past alumni to help us. Now back to the desk.
It was nice to see our former Ravens back in the nest again.
I bet something our alumni have really missed is game day.
Let's pass it over to Riley Marie and Izzy Rothen for a summer edition of Game Day.
What is up, Ravens? Welcome back to everyone's favorite part of ONW Now, Game Day. I'm Riley Murray alongside
Izzy Rothen. It's great to be back, and we have many amazing stories, so let's get right into it.
First up, we have the Little Ravens basketball camp hosted by our own Lady Ravens.
What is up, Ravens, and welcome back to ONW Now, your summer edition. I'm Jillian Huckabee with Ava Ashley.
And we got a chance this week to hang out with some young ballers at basketball camp.
Little Ravens basketball camp is a great way for young athletes to get the chance to compete and learn new skills.
I think Branston does a really good job of keeping the kids engaged and making sure they're listening and keeping them excited. Lots of competitions to keep them ready to go.
Competition is a fan favorite.
My favorite part about being around the little kids is I really like the competition. It's really fun seeing them all compete with each other, and they all really enjoy it.
Competition is popular, but there's more to camp.
It's not just about basketball. It's about the way we treat people, the way we treat the gym, the way we treat the balls, picking up after each other, encouraging each other. But it's also about trying to compete too, and we reward people who are trying to compete and try to win too.
Little Ravens basketball camp held so many memories this past summer. And for ONW Now, this has been Jillian Huckabee and Ava Ashley.
One of ONW's star athletes, Val Galligan, competed in the New Balance Nationals in Philadelphia, where she placed third, throwing 44.43 meters in the finals. Let's take it to Joe Brescia to learn more.
Gavin Dines, a former ONW golfer.
What is up, Ravens?
Val Galligan qualified for the New Balance Nationals by throwing a 145-foot throw in her high school season.
My experience was good. It was a different experience from being local, a big national tournament. There was a lot of tough competition.
Val felt good to have traveled to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and placed third in the javelin event.
There was a really tough competition on the field, and so it felt really good to travel that far, for one, and then two, to place.
Considering it was such a tough field, Val's mindset was on winning it all.
Since it was such a tough field, I definitely thought about making finals first, having a mark, so it was top 7 or 8, and then top 6 placed. And so I definitely was thinking about having a throw to make it into finals and then work my way from there.
Val plans to throw javelin for her future college as well as continuing to attend events like this one. This has been Joe Brescia. Now back to the studio.
Now keeping it with ONW athletes, this last month, ONW alumni Gavin Dines competed in the Kansas Amateur Cup against some of the state's best competitors. Let's go to Wyatt McDonald to hear more about it.
Gavin Dines, a former ONW golfer who is competing for Baker starting this fall, competed a couple weeks ago at the 113th Kansas Amateur at Falcon Lakes.
The Kansas Amateur is a tournament hosted every year by Central Links. This year was the 113th edition. It's a tournament consisting of the 144 best players in Kansas.
Gavin would make the cut and advance to the March Madness style match play bracket. He would win his first 2 matches in thrilling style and put up a good fight to lose in the round of 16.
I started off slow and then picked my way back up. I shot 76-70 and I was tied for 51st. I was the 57 seed and then won my first 2 matches and then lost in the round of 16.
Gavin had a good run at the Kansas Amateur, and along the way, his grandpa, who he calls Pa, was there for every step of the way.
My parents work a lot, so they come out when they can. My grandpa's probably my biggest supporter. He's out there every day, every tournament, no matter if it's 25 degrees or 125, he's out there. He actually beat me to the course a couple times this week. Paul has been to just about every single sporting event that I've played since pretty much I was born. He was diagnosed with leukemia a couple months back. You never know what can happen, what's going to happen, so just kind of taking it slow and making sure you're staying with the right people. I mark my golf balls with orange dots for him now, and so for him to still be able to come out and support me every week is really special.
Great job, Gavin. We're super proud of you, and we can't wait to see what you're going to continue to do at Baker and make the Raven Nation proud. For ONW Now, this has been Wyatt McDonald. Let's send it back to the desk.
Recently in the sports world, we've seen a sudden increase in cardiac arrest cases among athletes. James Fales has the latest.
This past Monday, LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, has suffered from cardiac arrest during a USC workout. He's rushed to the ICU and now is in stable condition. Medical professional Sarah Keeler will explain what cardiac arrest is and how it affects athletes.
Cardiac arrest is when a person's heart stops beating or a person quits breathing. In an athlete, it can happen when a person overstresses their body. They don't take enough breaks, they don't drink enough water.
Typically, cardiac arrest is uncommon among athletes, but what recent cases like Vince Iwuchukwu, Christian Eriksen, Darren Williams, and Keontae Johnson have shown is that overtraining of the heart is something players and trainers should be cautious about. If you witness someone collapsing from cardiac arrest, seek help and take action immediately.
You know, you see somebody collapse, you need to call 911 right away. There's a little artery that runs right there by your Adam's apple. You need to feel, and if you feel that artery, you can feel a pulse. And if you feel it's irregular, that's still a heartbeat. But if you feel that you don't feel any pulse, you need to start CPR right away, and you need to call 911 right away.
For ONW Now, this has been James Fales.
And now keeping it with national sports, the U.S. women's soccer national team has traveled over to Australia to compete in the 2023 World Cup. The team is searching for a three-peat after dominating the last World Cup in 2019.
Last Friday, the U.S. faced off against Vietnam in the group stage. The ladies dominated and cruised to a 3-0 victory, with Sophia Smith scoring 2 goals and Lindsey Horan with the other.
Wednesday night, the U.S. had their second pool play match against the Netherlands, a rematch from the 2019 World Cup final. The U.S. did not come out ready to play as the Netherlands scored in the 17th minute.
After halftime, the girls came out ready to compete, and Lindsey Horan scored off a corner kick from Rose Lavelle in the 62nd minute. The game ended in a tie, 1-1, with both teams having fought very hard.
Don't forget to tune into the team's next game Tuesday against Portugal.
In other news, the Royals have stated that they will be announcing where they'll be moving stadiums.
There are currently 2 front-runners for potential new stadium locations, including a site in North Kansas City and one in the East Village of Kansas City.
Jackson and Clay County are both wanting the stadium to be in their counties, but with the announcement coming at the end of summer, the citizens of both counties are eagerly awaiting this decision.
In college sports, the Big 12 just voted to accept Colorado as the newest member of the conference.
Colorado is moving from the Pac-12 to the Big 12 and only has to complete the application membership to change conferences. The final vote will be held today to finalize the transfer.
Colorado's decision to leave the Pac-12 stems from negotiations of television contracts within the conference, and they believe that the Big 12 aligns better with their wants.
Well, that's all the time we have for game day. This is Izzy Rothen
and Riley Murray. And now, let's toss it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. Hey, Jacob, do you remember Wisdom with Wyatt?
I sure do. I heard Wyatt McDonald and Chris McCormick are down at Walmart asking shoppers for some helpful advice.
Really? That's awesome. I think I'm needing some wisdom right now, so let's send it over to Wyatt to get wise.
What's up, Ravens? I'm so excited to be back with y'all for a special edition of Wisdom with Wyatt. We got summer edition this week. How are we feeling, Chris?
You know, feeling great. Beautiful sunny day outside, not a cloud in sight. What are we going to be doing today, Wyatt?
Well, I figure we walk into this Walmart behind us and we're going to ask some strangers for some life advice. You know, I don't know about you, but I can use some.
Yeah, you know, going off to college next year, really lost in life right now, and I think the people of Walmart might just be perfect to put me on the right path.
I think that's a good word, so let's get right into it.
Excuse me, boss man. Can I ask you a couple questions? I just have one simple question for you. You got any life advice just for anybody?
Well, live your life as long and don't stop believing in yourself.
Amen, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Make your mistakes early and get them out of the way.
It's a good word. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Go to school, finish college.
Yes, sir.
And take a major that you have fun at, because that means the rest of your life you're going to be having fun working.
Yes, sir. Well, it looks like where are we going to go now, Chris? I think we're about to head up to the Target, up the road, maybe find a couple more people and get some more advice for you guys.
Let's hop in Truck Norris and get to it, baby.
Let's hop in Truck Norris and get right to it.
Come on, baby.
I mean, I don't know. Just, enjoy yourself. Find something that you like to do. I mean, and hopefully you can make that your job. I don't know. The other thing is, educate yourself as much as possible, because the more you know, the better you're off. Finding a job you really want, and you can make choices what kind of job you want. So I think the more education, the better you are.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. Thank you. God bless.
I'll probably share a couple of things. Try a lot of stuff to figure out what you like doing. Find out what your passion is. Follow it, and then take risk. Make as many mistakes as you can when you're young, because you'll figure a lot of stuff out. But when you find what you're doing, just stick with it, because you're going to fail over and over again until you don't. But I would tell you stick with it.
I appreciate that.
Does that help you?
That's a good word. That's a great word. Hey, thank you, sir. Hey, you have a blessed day, okay? Well, I think me and Chris got some pretty good advice today. We want to thank everyone that we were able to talk to. I really feel like we got some good advice and talked to some pretty cool people. Yeah, lots of people out there, all with their own story, and it was just really great to come out here and see what everybody has to share with us. Yeah, I think we're going to be back soon, bringing you some more stuff like this. Love talking to people. Love people. So until next time, see y'all later. I think it's a pretty good day. I think we did great out here today.
Wow, that was some goat advice. Speaking of goats, Keely Loney chatted with Minnie Pickett with Goat Yoga KC to learn more about the fitness craze on the rise.
Yoga has been a staple exercise for many people, but now a new version of the popular activity is on the rise.
Everybody has a great time. Everybody has fun. Whether they came there thinking they could have fun or not, they end up having fun.
Other than simply having fun, goat yoga presents a lot of other positive aspects.
It's relaxing. And even little kids, they were kind of wild at first until they got around the goats, and then they were calm. There's not too many people in the Kansas City area that do it.
Despite this, I sat down with ONW senior Giselle Chavez to talk about her experience with goat yoga.
Well, I just went to the gym at Genesis, and they had they're just advertising it for goat yoga, so I decided I would just go and try it. The goats were really cute, and they got to walk around, and they also put the goats on people's backs. Personally, I really liked goat yoga because I feel I don't know, it just makes it better than regular yoga, and yeah, I would definitely go again.
If you're interested, Goat Yoga KC will be holding a session this Saturday the 29th at Bourgemont Winery from 2 to 3 p.m. For ONW Now, this has been Keely Loney. Now back to the desk.
Wow, that looks like so much fun, but that's sadly all we have for today.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to follow our socials at The Raven Network. For ONW Now, this has been Ash Hunt
and Jacob Amtower. See you at the start of the 2023-2024 school year.